Welcome into the Chop and Beef Show. We are back, and the same as ever, as our friend Mike Greenberg said, coming to you live from Mom's basement. It is me. That's all that matters. What's up, boys? It's been a while.
We are so back.
The hat is
like a
back.
month.
We're going to ride this donkey all the way. Let's do it.
Howdy, partner.
Woo! Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
It's funny because I have been known to do Sluggo as well, and I'm helping out on the Message Board Geniuses podcast that has come out. It's a Twitter thing that has gone viral that way, and I have not done a single one of these from home. So this is in the past like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
So this is kind of weird for me that I'm actually sitting at my house and able to talk to you boys. But I'm glad
That's
to be
gotta be
here.
weird.
Can I ask a quick question? So you brought up this Message Board Genius podcast?
Yeah.
I have it like downloaded on my phone. I haven't listened to it yet because I don't have Twitter.
Yeah.
Is it make any sense to me since I don't see anything that they do?
It sure will, because if you've ever been to a message board, if you've ever been to TigerNet, like a Clemson board or any of those, you just have the occasional crazies that are just making things up, or just really funny stuff. Like this week, there was a great one that said that we discussed too on the show about the University of Texas was talking about recruits and a parent of a recruit said he met another parent of a recruit at the Swingers Club, and he told them that, and it just like goes on and on. So it's really stuff like that.
So it's just stories about posts type of thing.
Yeah, we read the posts and then talk about them.
Unconfirmed truths and rumors, and then we're all going to take as fact.
Yeah,
it's a lot like this with structure.
Oh, okay, makes more sense now. I got it.
I think we're very
with
trustworthy.
talking points.
I mean, we expose a lot of our personal lives out there to our guests.
All
And
4 of them.
all 10 of them, 5 of them, maybe 3. So I don't
We already know the story.
I think we're very respectable.
We are. I think so too. We just go, we are who we are, and there's no hiding that. And I think if the next time I hide who I am, will be the first. So you either like me or you don't. You know what? And if you don't like me, have a good Thursday.
There is a lot to like, just like me.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on in Tampa? Anything good over there, JJ?
There's a lot of stuff going on. There's rumors about the local college football team.
We'll get into that.
3 names have come up.
3.
Me and Giselle are doing okay. She's told me a couple things the other night that I was not aware of, and something about size and mine being bigger than Tom Brady. And I was kind of, because he eats properly and all that stuff. I was kind of worried about that, but apparently not. Pretty much kind of, one of these things. That's 7 Super Bowls. He's compensating.
Where'd you meet Giselle?
Your apartment's bigger.
Tinder.
That's the correct answer. That's the answer I was hoping for.
Roll right off.
She's just a normal girl looking for a normal guy and wants to find love. I don't know if I can give her that, but I can give her everything else.
Well, congratulations on the new relationship. That's great.
Take it easy. That's a big word. That's a very big word.
Oh, no relationship, just hanging out.
Just enjoying the time.
We're just
everyone,
Netflix and chilling.
Yeah.
Everyone that listens to this show knows that you are a connoisseur of the cigars. Does she smoke cigars with you?
Yes. She is, European, very willing to try new things, and she is, and obviously you can get Cuban cigars over in Europe. So she is a cigar smoker. So what can I say?
She's taller than you too.
Yeah.
Not if I wear my heels. Wait a minute. Shit.
How old is that? How old and tall is that chick?
Super
I don't know.
model,
I mean,
you got anything that
I'm just looking at her laying down. I mean, our feet
5'11". 5'11".
I'm taller than her by an inch.
You ain't 6 feet, Mud.
She's
The hell
42.
I
Jeff.
ain't. I'm exactly 6 foot. What?
She's 42. You're her old man.
Yeah, I am. And bigger than Tom. I don't mean by LBs.
hat size.
You know,
Poor guy.
the apple. There's that phrase: the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know.
By the way, I'm going to tell you about something later, but it's not for the show's ears.
What did we miss? Locks, what's going on in Pooler? Anything good?
Nope. Moving.
Right on four.
Perfect.
Next.
That's the way we like it.
Shit.
What do we got
Come
going
on,
on
next.
in college football? You know what? Let's start with the Tampa thing. You got me so intrigued with this, JJ. I have to ask. Like, you're talking about three names. University of South Florida just fired Jeff Scott, former Clemson co-offensive coordinator.
Hopefully soon to be.
Is he coming back to you guys?
We could use
Not this year. He's got a buyout.
Yeah.
Okay.
4-26 as the head coach of University of South Florida.
Yeah, that was kind of rough.
You know, he had a rough go of it. No question about it. Used the transfer portal, which was weird. That's probably his downfall, was because he didn't know how to use it properly. He had a quarterback that came over from Baylor. I mean, he had some players there. I just don't get it.
Was it about 12 years ago? South Florida was ranked like number 3 in the nation. Remember that?
That was about 12 years ago, 15 years ago.
2007.
Yeah, that was wild.
2007.
It was them, and there was another Florida team, wasn't there? Or am I thinking it was another random
Rutgers.
team?
Rutgers, Kansas.
Rutgers and Kansas.
It was a
were
really
that
weird year.
Mizzou
All
hit
the top
number
10.
1. Mizzou was number 1 that year, but couldn't beat Oklahoma twice.
South Florida had like a nasty defensive line, if I remember right.
Yep.
They were very
And
good.
the quarterback.
Yep. I don't remember who. I don't remember anybody.
Matt Grothe was awesome. Jim Levitt. So you're talking about there's three names. I know this is one of the lesser jobs that's open because Nebraska's going to be open, or probably
still.
right. You got what else is open?
Auburn's open.
Colorado,
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. So there's some schools that are out there, but University of South Florida, having lived in Tampa, you're right there, feet on the street in Tampa.
Right.
It kind of intrigues me, especially after Jeff Scott. What are you hearing down there for South Florida?
Beef, you know this too. High school football in Tampa has a lot of good people you can bring in that might want to stay home. I mean, it's a good Tampa Bay is a good football haven for recruiting. What?
Go ahead.
No. So I mean, if a coach comes in, I don't kind of like what Schellenberger did at Miami. You just stick around Tampa for a couple of years, and you just get every kid you can.
That's what I thought Scott was going to do.
I did too. The three names, kind of one's out of left field, is John Gruden, and he said he would be interested. Because there's always, every time a big college name comes up, he always says he's interested, but he still has his house here in Tampa.
Yeah.
So gets to stay home. That Scott Frost is getting mentioned because he used to coach in Orlando at UCF, and for him to add on the war on I-4, come to USF and coach them, and they're building a new stadium on campus for the football team, so that's really going to be popular. And the other name that mentioned was who was the Texas coach? Tom Herman.
Herman.
Yeah. He's yeah.
He's looking for a job.
But the past since Jim Levitt left, USF was where coaches, either young prospect coaches go to die and never get a career, or old coaches go to die and just like, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
You know, Charlie Strong didn't make it to Texas, came here. He sucked.
Willie Taggart
after Florida State. No, just before Florida. But yeah, just after Florida State.
He went from, didn't he go from USF to Oregon to?
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right. Lou Holtz's kid. Skippy Holtz didn't make it. So
can we go back to Tom Herman and remind ourselves of the when he was at Texas and the Longhorn football hydration chart? Does anyone remember this?
I do.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah. It was an actual chart. He had it in the locker room. Can't see it.
Okay, I posted on this page, man.
It's pretty incredible. And it was all colors of urine. If it was clear, a little lighter yellow, and a little lighter yellow, you're at championship hydration levels. After that, you become a bad teammate.
Water
more
boy.
yellow, selfish teammate, then blatant disregard for your teammates. You are headed to quote unquote Area 51, and if your piss is like brown, it says you're a bad guy. Yeah, this guy.
Hey, let me tell you what. I never heard that before, but like I said, since me and Giselle, my pee's been smelling like Captain Crunch, and I don't get it.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to figure out what that means, but that's tremendous.
I don't get it. Yeah, no shit.
So Gruden lives in Tampa. The reality, I also heard a different.
I didn't hear you say Urban Meyer. Did you say Urban Meyer?
I didn't know. No.
Okay.
USF is way too small for Herb. Way too small.
I'm only saying this name, and no one has heard of this person, but the offensive coordinator at Toledo is a guy named Robert Weiner.
Dick Weiner?
Do you know that name?
Bob
Jeff?
Weiner, I mean? No,
he was the head coach at HB Plant High School for the better part of like 10 years. And HB Plant High School has some names like Orson Charles, and who was the quarterback at Georgia? That played with Orson Charles. Why can't I think of his name? He was good. And they had Robert Marve, who went on to Purdue and then Miami. They've had some players there. They had the running back for Florida State.
Oh.
I'm a name guy.
Put on the page. I told you.
I'm a name guy.
It's getting posted.
It's ridiculous.
How's your urine, water boy?
Casey, if I had one
Aaron Murray is the quarterback. Okay. Yeah.
If I had one 30-second of your name memory in my brain, I'd be 1,000% better than I am.
Have you seen the size of my head?
I mean there's got to be almost the same size as yours. I just have zero memory for it.
Casey's is just like this, where yours
when
is
I go like this,
long. It's like an alien.
This way.
Yeah, that's it. It's freaky.
I know.
It gives me the willies.
So are you throwing the Toledo guy into this mix, or
I'm just saying he may get a name. Yeah, I saw it on The Athletic. Just like the minute after Scott gets fired, they just throw out all these names, and it was like when I just saw the picture, and I didn't see Gruden, but I did see what Jeff said about Tom Herman. And I did hear, he wasn't on the list, but Frost too. But then I saw Robert Weiner, and I'm like, that makes sense. The guy's from Tampa.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can recruit. I mean, he's at Toledo. Is it a step up job? Maybe. I mean,
what's the rule with buyouts? As long as you're not coaching, you collect the buyout.
I believe.
Yeah, there's usually a clause in there, like you have to buy out if you're in a contract. Basically, you're locked into the contract legally.
Oh, so
in order for the school to get out of the contract, they need to pay you whatever the buyout is. However, that could be negotiated.
There's a buyout type of deal.
Yeah, and that's the rumors are that's what's happening at Texas A&M. We'll see if Jimbo actually leaves. But
let me ask you this: if you're Matt Rule, who used to coach Baylor, coached the Carolina Panthers, now is being named by a lot of colleges potential, you got a $40 million buyout.
You got to sit a couple of years.
I'm in Tahiti.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, man.
Well, there was a thing about Jeff Scott being in. There was one Clemson website said that Jeff Scott will be in Death Valley this weekend. A more reputable Clemson reporter said he talked to Jeff Scott, and Jeff Scott will not be in Clemson this weekend. Oh, same idea. He's been bought out. He's got money.
Yeah.
Chill.
Not 40 million, but
it's not 40, but it's probably 15, 20.
Yeah, he can go to a financial advisor and say, "Hey, I never want to be poor again."
Yeah.
And it's just the money, you hear in corporate America, the golden parachute these coaches get now for sucking is unbelievable.
10.5 million.
Huh?
That's his buyout?
That's what's left on his contract.
10.5 for going 4-26.
I don't know what the buyout would be with that. Yeah,
it's probably just that. It's probably just 10.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They may negotiate it down to 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, poor
I'm
me.
Still sitting. Yeah, I'm still sitting on my hind end for a year.
Yeah, take a year off. I mean, like same thing with Frost. Take a year off, dude. Like, you're not hot in the streets right now. Look what you did. Like, just let it chill. Collect the money.
The good thing about Scott is that you're not hearing anything. No one's kicking dirt on his grave the way that Nebraska fans and nationally they literally kick dirt all over Scott Frost. That's saying he was lazy, saying he would come to practice late.
Yeah, that first week after he got
they
fired
did to Bo Pelini, and Pelini got trashed.
They miss him now,
and he averaged 9 wins a season.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's typical fucking Nebraska.
Yeah, that sounds right.
We got 2 number 1 teams in 1 week.
We did.
Tennessee versus UGA. That ended well.
Yeah, that was boring shit.
God, that was
boring,
awful.
Wasn't it?
Ugh. I was so pumped for it, and it just like could not live up.
Well, I think we finally realized that UGA is grown men. Those were grown men playing, and I thought Stetson Bennett was not going to be able to perform in this game. Everyone. I don't know why I always have doubts on Stetson Bennett.
He's good, bro. He can run too.
Smokes.
Yeah.
I mean,
that targeting.
Good Lord, and Tennessee just took a shit on the field.
Yep.
Who cleans that up?
The dog goes out and eats it, like my dog.
Yeah.
Wait.
Leave it next week for the next team so they can lick up the white stuff.
That's great. So you don't have to.
It's a very efficient process. Yeah. Pretty. We taught him this way. Just good. There's a couple leftovers you got to get. The rest just you get scooped right up, and then he comes in and gives you a kiss on the cheek. It's great.
Perfect.
Yeah,
a little flavor.
I mean, we were all shocked about that game, though, right? I mean, I was so psyched.
I was definitely expecting the over at least too, because it wasn't terribly high. I was expecting Tennessee to get off the ball and score a little bit. And then I saw Georgia slow it down. And I was like, okay, now Tennessee's going to get their scores. Still nothing. They were shell-shocked. They didn't have a plan. And Georgia, if you look at Georgia's schedule, they had 2 circles on it, and it was Oregon and this one. The rest of the games, they could pretty much put it in cruise control.
Yeah, and they did for a couple of the games.
They did. Kent State.
Mizzou
about lost. Yeah.
I mean, scored 14 points in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, okay, it's time for us to beat Georgia.
Yep. So I think I said that a 3 weeks ago. Georgia's just kind of like down, but here they come. They had that Florida game, got some TV exposure, waxed them, kind of let Florida come back and got 28-20 and then mowed them down. And then game day, and then this game, they're all in the limelight, and these some bitches around here won't shut up.
Yeah, well, and then you got this week's game.
What?
Georgia against the Pirate coach, Mississippi State.
That's not a game.
I hope it's better than the Tennessee one.
It's not going to be.
I'm over him, Pirate coach. He's
what? What?
Like it was good for a while, and now it's just ugh.
You mean him hacking up a lung at a press conference is what killed you?
Did you hear that?
New shtick or something, man. It's just kind of like I can't even watch it. Anything he does, throwing the chairs.
Did you see him slam the wide receivers' chairs on the sidelines? He's like, they don't deserve to sit. That was the best.
I understand he's a mad scientist, but like he just feeds the beast of the media, and
That's what it is,
make them better. Make them better, coach.
Well, he has, but not.
But just like they're pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like they could be a lot better. Right. I don't know what it is, but they never get over that hump, man.
When they say that,
right?
Some coaches are built for college and some are built for pro. Yeah. I absolutely believe that there are some coaches built for certain conferences.
Yeah.
And Leach is just not SEC.
Yeah, may not.
I don't know.
He's an offensive-minded coach. He's a Big 12 coach. I don't know. Like you said, big, great quarterback, But once the game plan got changed a little bit against the
you can't figure out the balance.
Yeah.
So I will be at Starkville next weekend for the big SEC battle between Mississippi State and East Tennessee State.
That's what I was thinking, because the Egg Bowl's the weekend.
It's the annual week before the week before the rivalry game.
The cupcake.
The Egg Bowl. All right.
So
practicing.
My kid's first college football game is going to be Mississippi State and not Clemson. You think that one hurts a little bit?
You have some earphones for the kid, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like 3 sets?
Yeah.
His ears are still developing. We don't want him to be deaf.
One for me and one for him.
Yeah.
Don't take him.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good out. It's a good out for you because you're going to be there for 7 minutes on the clock.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, do we need to send Jake a beer bong then?
We need. Yeah, I saw something the other day about that. It was like a koozie, and the dude just popped it.
Yeah.
Popped the side of the koozie.
And you hit it and roll it back.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. So we went to Starkville a couple weeks ago for Parents Weekend, and walked into Jake's room, and he has a beer pong table just in front of the TV, set up too.
Not like,
oh God!
Is there enough room for that?
I want to cry.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a little bit of a hallway when you walk into the room. There's a bathroom inside. There's 2 closets, and then when you walk into like the main room, there's a bed, and then the couch, and then another bed, and then over here on the wall are 2 TVs and the beer pong table in front. Oh, and there's 2 desks too, but they're blocked by the beer pong table because a man after my own heart.
How's that GPA looking?
Amazing.
So far?
He says he's gonna. I owe him a television if he gets a 3.0.
He needs a 3rd TV.
How big of a screen?
Apparently, I said 85, but 85 is going to come to our house, and he'll get the 65 that's on the wall.
85
still good. I mean, hey,
one of my neighbors has an 85. It looks great on the wall. We got a big wall right here.
Yeah, you do. It looks good there.
It needs more. It needs more TV.
Can you imagine if someone bet us a 65-inch TV when we were in college?
I'd be
my God.
I'd be like, all right, we'll keep the money, I guess.
Good money savings.
Yeah.
Bet me to get more.
Let's just bet for a set of headphones or something.
Kevron checking in. Good show. As always, appreciate you, Kevron.
Kevron, you don't have to lie, man. Come on.
Yeah, don't bullshit.
Hey, let him go. Let him go. We love Kevron. We love him checking in. Top 4 this week was Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and TCU. We may get some. Obviously, one of those teams is going to not be there. We may get a little bit something different this year. Maybe JJ, you've been begging for it for the last.
I like it.
6 years or so.
You know where they're teasing us is these damn, CBS and whoever the hell else and the Jefferson Pilot. They always show the format for the 12-team schedule, playoff schedule. It's like, oh God,
you like that?
Please hurry up.
What is it? 2024?
I hate it.
I mean, come on! Right now, you'd have USC and Alabama play right now. How much fun would that be?
Not that much fun. Like,
I don't know.
They'd already have 2 losses,
but they'd still be in the playoffs.
And that's my point. They shouldn't be in the playoff with 2 losses. That they win 1 game, then they play one of these teams that doesn't have a loss with a bye, and they accidentally beat them. That's shit.
When you play in the NFL and only have 2 losses, that's a hell of a damn good year.
I know, but that's all relative, though. I mean, right now it's the regular season. Like, you just cruise through. These guys that are undefeated, it doesn't mean as much anymore, and you'll see that in the play leading up to a 12-team playoff. Like,
I'm just worried about 6 or 7 SEC teams in there. Like,
that's gonna happen, especially when you add Oklahoma. It's gonna
happen. But you know what? You're gonna see.
Right now there would be 5.
You're gonna see the Pac-12 maybe come back into the picture. You're gonna see the Big 12 come back into the picture.
That's the biggest reason they're doing it, is to get more advertising dollars from across the United States instead of Big Ten and South.
I've told you, it's all about the money, boys. It's all about the money.
So LSU was 7th, and they currently lead the West.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they're tied. They're tied with Ole Miss.
That's not going to work.
And they beat them.
They did beat Ole Miss. They did beat Ole Miss.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Pretty handily. All right, so they literally have the
upper hand.
The upper hand. They have Arkansas and A&M left.
They're the poor bastards that got to play Georgia.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the way LSU's playing, and I hate to admit it because God knows I don't like Brian Kelly. Why did I think of the Minnesota Twins ex-manager? Anyway,
It's a lot different.
He's got them playing pretty damn well right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm just saying, once again, kind of like the playoffs, it's a damn possibility that LSU could win that game against Georgia.
Bama's not Bama either. They're not.
You know what? I heard it tonight that Bama lost both those games by a matter of 2 plays.
Okay.
I mean, I agree.
But they didn't. They did it. Look at their name a receiver.
Scoreboard. The scoreboard says it.
Name a receiver for Alabama.
No, I can't.
Name a defensive player for Alabama.
To'o.
There's the one dude that was like there's him.
Eli Ricks.
What's his name? The linebacker.
Put your phone down.
To'o.
Put your phone down.
But normally at this time of year, you're going, oh, they have this guy or this guy.
Yeah.
Well, who's the every year it's like, well, there's a badass running back.
Jameer Gibbs.
I think
that's I got that one. I remember that.
Jerk.
But that's it.
Well, he came over from Georgia Tech. That's the only reason why I know.
I don't know, dude. Like, they're just not. They're kind of like, they remind me of another team that's a little bit off this year that could have been better, but they're just not. Clemson. So
really, you think that?
I do.
Only one loss, 2 losses, 1 loss, 1 loss.
One loss.
Okay.
The sky has fallen.
See, I did not. See,
it has fallen.
I didn't throw shit in your own face as much as I wanted to.
No, I mean, there's nothing to throw. Special. You can throw it. It's fine.
You know why? Because karma's a motherfucker.
It's just terrible. So I don't know. I was just looking at TCU, man. I mean, if they get past Texas,
Jermaine Burton.
They got Iowa State.
Very beatable.
And they have Baylor. At Baylor next week.
What Baylor team's going to show up?
But then they'll have to play. They'll have to play. They have a championship. Do they have a championship or not?
Yeah, Big 12 has a championship.
Yeah. But it's not divisional. It's just the top 2 teams.
They don't have division.
Is it a North and South?
I don't think they did.
They don't. They just play They play 9.
So then they could turn around and play Texas again.
They would.
Texas is definitely bipolar.
Right now, Texas is second in the
that's what I was just looking at.
But you know what? As long as they have Sarkisian, as long as Texas has Sarkisian, I still don't have faith in that guy.
They're kind of growing on me a little bit, like a wart.
Exactly.
Bijan Robinson,
like a genital wart.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers, I kind of like him.
That's what I would know about those.
He needs a mix and a shave.
Giselle.
But
speaking of shape, Giselle. TCU, Texas this weekend, then Baylor, then Iowa State, as you said, locks. And it may come down to if TCU wins. No, if TCU wins, Baylor jumps them. It'll come down to Baylor, Texas. Like, that might be fun the last weekend of the year to decide who's going to play in the Big 12 championship.
What about Oklahoma State? Is Oklahoma State in any of that?
No, they fell off the face of the earth, dude.
Well, they got pounded by Kansas State.
And then they lost again.
Oh,
I think they've lost 3 in a row. They're almost like Syracuse, who's lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, they're not good. Yeah, Oklahoma State is 3-3.
Yeah.
6-3 overall. They've lost to Kansas.
Oklahoma State was like number 8.
Oh, that's right. They lost to Kansas. That's right.
Yeah. Oklahoma State was like number 8 not long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, they got blown. Who the hell? Kansas State blew them out, and then Kansas beat them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And TCU. Yeah. Terrible.
God damn.
Don't forget Kansas State.
Oh, I love Kansas State.
They're 4-2. That's right.
Yeah, they are in it. So
Let's see who they play
and I
finish.
think they're getting their quarterback too, Martinez back. So
they have Baylor this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always comes down to that little tribal.
West Virginia and then Kansas.
West Virginia still has a team.
Dude, that's where JT is.
They just scored again.
Yeah, and fucking Geno Smith. God damn it.
I know. And now he's making revitalizing.
Now he's the comeback player in the NFL.
He's like the free agent pickup of all free agent pickups in fantasy football.
He's making the league minimum.
Yeah, playing great.
Speaking of fantasy
I don't want to
football,
really talk about fantasy football right now. God damn it.
JJ had it on our little agenda here. It's fantasy football. I hate it. You? I hate it.
I hate it.
I look at it every week. I hate that nobody plays for money.
You know, here's what
we used to. But then Drew Brees retired and then I retired.
Yeah. See?
Once Drew
Brees retired.
I didn't play for 3 years. And now, my cigar guys, we're playing it. And every Sunday, it's at the damn bar. And everyone's looking at their damn phones instead of watching the games.
Yeah. Did you go off on people?
Huh?
Did you go off on people?
No.
People rave.
It ruins the game, I think, for me, too.
It does. It really does. It's just.
Do you guys ever watch the Red Zone?
Yeah.
I love it.
Justin.
I'm not answering that.
I don't know that I like it. It's still too.
It's for fantasy football.
It is for fantasy football. It's
absolutely.
It's just too much. It's like what the, especially the early
I equate it to watching football or watching anything at a sports book in Vegas. There's just too much going on.
Yeah.
And I'm a sports nut. Like I'll watch any sport going on whatsoever. There's just too much for my brain to process all of it. That's how I feel the red zone is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know and I think I like fantasy football guy less than I like fantasy football. The guy is like, dude, I had Geno sitting on the bench this week. I had Jerry Jeudy sitting on the bench this week, and he went off for 485,000 yards. It's like,
I'll tell you
what
I hate.
Good wide receivers. That's why he was on the bench.
What I hate about football is when your buddy texts you on Wednesday and says, I got a lock. Bet the farm.
Yeah,
-7 UNC.
My child is living somewhere else. My child's living somewhere else because I bet him last week on North Carolina.
That didn't make any sense, but it was all explained. That sucked.
I swear to God, I went out and found a stray cat, painted it light blue, and beat the shit out of it.
Virginia was without their starting running back, 2 wide receivers, and a linebacker. It made zero sense that they were in the game at all.
Not only that, let's talk about
this. It was 4, wasn't it? It wasn't 7. I think it was 4. Or no,
it got down to 4.5 though, and then went up to 7 when you guys picked it.
This is true, John.
I got it early at.
Oh yeah.
I got it early at 10 and felt good about it.
This is over a 100-year-old rivalry, and they hate each other in basketball. And UNC takes a fucking knee on the 3-yard line in the last series. They could have scored to win by 10.
Max too nice. He's too nice.
God damn.
Victory formation.
Speaking of victory formation, I see him in the comments. Your 11-time West Virginia State football champions, the Bluefield Beavers, travel up to Coal City, West Virginia, face the number 2 ranked team in the state of West Virginia, the Independence something or others.
Steamrollers. Call them Steamrollers.
They beat the Beavers 6 weeks ago, but right afterwards is when Bluefield really took off. I think you guys remember probably the last show we had. They were 0-4.
Yeah.
And they took off and they righted their season. They got into the playoffs. They're in the back end of the playoffs. They're the 15 seed. But if anyone is going to beat Independence, it's going to be our Beavers because no one waxes our Beavers. Nope. Let's go, Bluefield. Big game.
Beavers are going to pound, not get pounded.
Big game either tomorrow night or Saturday afternoon. We're not sure yet.
They're not going to take sloppy seconds. They're going to pound the shit out of where the hell.
Hurricane Nicole is wreaking havoc in West Virginia weather, as it is here, Locks.
Oh yeah, very wet. They're going to cancel the old tea time on Saturday.
It is tomorrow night. Eddie said it's tomorrow night. So good. It might
all
be
right,
all right.
Eddie.
Let the boys in blue run the football. Let's go.
Hey, how many arrests were in that Michigan State game?
I don't know if there was
there was no arrests. There were suspensions, I think.
There should have been a shitload of arrests.
That was pretty bad.
Woof.
Yeah.
Remind me of a certain Brown Steelers game.
It does, right?
Yeah,
Mason Rudolph.
Good Lord. Here, I'm gonna switch hats because I'm getting all psyched up for loss number 3.
One of the biggest pieces of news that I heard recently that I want to bring here was Taco Bell officially brought back both the double-decker taco and the enchilada. I don't eat the enchilada, so I don't know what the hell that is, but I hear it's wonderful. But I was a little upset that the double-decker taco wasn't voted in. So, I wrote a sternly worded letter, and look what happened.
It's back.
So back.
So back like us.
I'm pretty sure the nacho fries are back too.
They are.
Okay, there we go.
No, wait a minute. But where's the chili cheese burrito? Why isn't that making a comeback?
You want to hear?
I ordered another one. I had my second one. Who would have thought? I went off my normal menu. I had another one on purpose.
What'd you have?
What?
The chili, whatever. You told me the challenge. What was this thing we did?
The grilled cheese burrito.
Bam, nailed it. Yeah.
Oh, the double steak grilled cheese.
Yep.
How'd you do?
Great.
How long did you last?
Longer than I can remember. It was great. I loved it.
I think all that cheese blocked us up.
Yeah,
it definitely
could have. Yeah. It was
so
delicious.
You want to hear a sad story? I know we don't usually say sad stories.
Sure, Tom Rinaldi, bring it on.
So I was driving the chili cheese burrito, which Locks is an artifact. It's one of these. It's literally just sloppy beef.
It's in the Taco Bell museum.
It is with red sauce. It used to be 69 cents, and when I first moved to Tampa and lived on the couch, there really should be if there's not. But it's cheesy, and it's just dripping with wonderfulness. It was so cheap. It was like dog food. It was wonderful.
Yep.
Now only a select few Taco Bells have it. Now every one of them can make it. I mean, it's literally the fucking beef and red sauce and cheese.
Yeah.
There's nothing special to it.
Right.
But a select few actually have it on the menu. So I was driving to Myrtle Beach a couple weeks ago, and I stopped in Georgetown.
Riviera.
Yeah. So I stopped in Georgetown. There was a Taco Bell right on my way. So I was like, let me just get a couple soft taco supremes and a bean burrito, and just call it a day. So literally, I go, and I usually do the app, so I don't have to talk to anybody. Yeah. And so
the Garber in you.
I didn't do the app.
What a fucking snob!
I actually went up. Yeah, I have a mobile order for Casey. But I went up to the thing and I said, "Can I get 2 soft taco supremes and a bean burrito, no onion, and a large G2 fruit punch?" And she's like, "That'll be $37.26." And I was like, "All right." And as I'm driving away, I see on the menu it says chili cheese burrito.
Oh.
Just do another lap and come back.
No.
You could have saved it for later.
I had so much heartburn on the rest of the trip.
Heartburn, or
it's guilt heartburn.
No, I've had serious thoughts about not eating Taco Bell anymore, but I can't do that, right?
What is wrong with you?
Here, was it a special? Because next time you go up that way, it's not going to be there anymore.
I hope it was.
They rotate the menu so quick.
I know. I don't think it was, but it's $1.79 now. I'm like, they must line the beef with gold or something now, because
unacceptable.
It used to be 69 cents, and we'd get like 8 of them in Tampa.
I
don't know why I'm 275 pounds.
That was a long time ago, Tampa.
It was a long time ago. It was 22 years ago.
Pitchers were like, how much were pitchers at Tiger Town? Like $2.25 or something? Yeah.
I think they're $10 now, right? Didn't we hear that the last time that you weren't there?
I wonder how much the liquor pitchers would be at TD's.
They're still $15.
15, 20?
But the beer is still, it moved up from, I think it was $4.25 when
that's what it was, $4.25. You give it $5.
That is the greatest deal in the bar country.
A simple thank you, John Chancey, would have
you're
sufficed
welcome.
here.
We just saved money on your grocery bill.
It cleans you right out too, so you don't even need a colonoscopy. They should just say Taco Bell.
I gotta go in for my testing December 7th now.
Nice.
Part of like the questionnaire. How much Taco Bell do you eat per week? Okay, well, you don't have to come. Yeah.
You don't need colon blast. You just need Taco Bell.
Show us your receipts.
When we were in Starkville, speaking of wonderful food, delicacies of the South, we were in Starkville the other day, and I was driving Jake to get beer at. No, it wasn't. I was driving Jake to Walmart to get a printer of all things, and shoes, and we passed by Waffle House. I'm like, oh, how many times you go to Waffle House? He goes, never. And I was like, excuse me? He says, I've never been to Waffle House. And I'm like, why even go to school in the South if you've never been to Waffle House?
Do you not like
dollar pitchers at Tiger Town back in the 40s during Marty's freshman year?
Damn, Marty.
Wow.
And Eddie says Taco Bell costs so much that I now lettuce on soft tacos. Then I know lettuce on soft tacos. I want this to be funny. It makes me feel like I'm getting my money's worth.
Extra lettuce.
Oh, you get extra lettuce on top. Okay, good idea. You get a salad. It's a taco salad now, Eddie.
That's right.
What would you say? How the hell
eat lettuce at Taco Bell?
Can a good teenage freshman college kid have never gone to Waffle House?
That's right, because Eddie said he used to just get cheese only. See?
Okay.
Now he gets the lettuce too.
We know our listeners.
Yeah.
So, how the hell he hasn't gotten smothered and covered?
He's like hoity-toity now. He only eats like Cookout and other stuff like that.
Cookout's good though.
Cookout is good. They were one of my last customers before I left. Yeah.
But like, I mean, we had WoHo.
Well, we had Huddle House. We didn't have Waffle House when we were in
have
school.
Waffle House. That was all the way out by
Huddle House.
There's not 95, but 77. Yeah, that was
Howard Johnson's. We had Hojo's.
Yeah, Howard Johnson was good.
We had Hojo's and
Shoney's.
We had Shoney's.
The Shoney's breakfast buffet was the best thing that's ever been put in my mouth, ever. And I'm not sure what it was, but it doesn't matter. And then when they stopped the breakfast buffet, why are you hurt? What'd you do?
I thought it'd be my penis.
No, it was Larry's sausage biscuits and gravy.
Oh, Denny's was good too. Denny's and Bob Evans. We had Bob Evans
Denny's.
Bob Evans, yeah.
I was kicked out of Waffle House and Denny's in the same night in Tampa.
Where's the plaque at? I don't see it back behind you.
The All-Star at the Waffle House is the best $10 ever spent. That shit used to be $4.95. It used to be the best $4.95 ever spent. Shoney's breakfast bar is the best thing ever. See, that's West Virginia.
Big breakfast number 2 at Hojo's is always a great call too.
Howard Johnson, it was a hotel. What the hell are you talking about?
But they had restaurants in front of the hotel.
They had little cafes.
They really?
It's like
Big.
I think it's more of a northern thing too. No, I don't know.
No, because we had
2 eggs, 2 sausage, 2 bacon. Hash browns
in the Northeast.
There's nothing like the hash browns at Waffle House.
No, that's why it's smothered and covered.
You can't make them any better. They're works of art. Yep. Love it.
The complete circus freaks making them while you're just watching it drooling.
I'll tell you, when you get the triple and you're drunk, and when you get the triple and you're sober, it's a lot more hash browns. I don't know what it is. It's weird.
Wow.
You eat a lot more when you're.
They know. We got a possible new segment this week that JJ brought up, and I like it. I'm not big on this social media app necessarily, but I like it because JJ's new segment is what I learned on TikTok this week.
Yeah.
There should be intro music to this, I think.
We do need intro music to this because TikTok is bathroom material now. I don't even take a magazine or a book anymore.
That's how I know you're in the bathroom.
Right. I'm on TikTok. Yeah. When I send you a TikTok video, I'm like, okay, I'm taking a shit. So there you go. You're welcome.
Yeah, right? People are so, ungrateful.
Now you know my schedule. Okay, TikTok.
So what did you learn? What did you learn this week?
There's a lot of whores out there.
There's
a lot of people that want to be so famous so badly. And we're encouraging stupidity.
That was this week's segment of What Did You Learn on TikTok this week?
Well, I'm the only one that's talking about this?
We don't watch TikTok.
We'll return next week.
Sometimes even when you send them to us, we don't watch them.
I send you great golf ones now, damn it.
Sometimes we do.
Good stuff.
Sometimes we don't.
I understand. It's kind of a wince moment. It's like, oh.
Well, I don't. It didn't just.
You can see it in the picture.
And it rolls over to another one and another one and another one.
Yeah, mine never comes like right up. It like starts with something else
and
too.
It's muted.
Really?
And it's
shit! Sorry.
It's not
your fault. I
thought it just went right to the one I sent.
The meta universe.
Like the guys that always insult the golfers. Oh God, that's the best.
How bad is the U?
Huh?
Eddie brought it up before.
How bad's the U? They're fucking horrible.
Clemson might beat them.
Maybe.
Might beat them. Jesus. They went to 4 overtimes against Virginia.
And didn't score a touchdown. But Tyler Van Dyke's supposed to be good. And then they have that Jake Garcia guy from the TV show that was on with Russ Probst. You remember Russ Probst from 2-A-Days? And then he got in trouble. He was at a school in Alabama, and then it doesn't matter. I'm just
Last Chance U?
No, it wasn't. It was It was 2-A-Days. It was on MTV back in the day. John Parker Wilson, who was the quarterback at Alabama, went to this high school.
Yeah. The U's bad. I mean, they brought Cristobal in for this.
He needs time. I think they just got overhyped with thinking that they were just going to automatically be able to plug and play. But Cristobal's got a good recruiting class here.
Yeah, he does. But
they will.
You'd think they'd have at least been competing.
Now the injury bug caught them too. They have 3 offensive linemen that are missing the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean they got crushed by Duke.
Why do you know that?
Marty sent an article on it today.
Is that it?
Why do you know?
I don't read it. I just look at the headline.
Oh.
Okay.
You can get Clemson championship tickets, ACC championship tickets for $77.
Yeah, with our loss last week, we clinched our side of the ACC.
Thanks a lot, Pitt. Miami is the Texas of Florida.
Oof, that's tough because I think Texas is actually a better record.
Definitely a better record.
It's the so back thing, I think.
Yeah, they're so back. They're so back. That's the best. Yeah, the U sucking, but I'm telling college football needs a new bad guy. Alabama just, they've had their time to be the bad guy. The Emperor's dying. Death Star's getting blown up.
They'll be back. They'll be reincarnated.
Oh, they're going to be back. I don't doubt that one bit. I wonder if it's all the coaching changes. We always said this for years about the coaching changes and assistant coaches and all that with Alabama. I wonder if it's I wonder if it's all the assistant coaches and philosophies and just I don't know.
I kind of think it's Nick's way or the highway. You conform to him. You don't bring ideas. Type of thing.
I completely agree.
It's a rehab facility for the misfit children that got fired, and he reforms them, but to his mold of clay. But I'm not like. I mean, he's been doing that for shit.
But Bob O'Brien is
his brother.
Bill O'Brien, yeah. Him. Fine.
He's there, but Bill O'Brien's probably going to go be a head coach after this year.
Right.
You watch.
But I just they have, when the Texas game and then the 2 losses, it's just like there's something missing. They're just not as aggressive, or I don't know. They're like they lost an edge.
Oh yeah, they did. I just don't. I don't think they had a lot of kids leave last
I'm
year.
I'm really glad Beef is participating in this conversation because it's.
I'm listening. I'm letting you guys talk.
Fantastic. I'm listening.
Who won the World Series?
Who cares?
Astros.
Right. That's what I called in my baseball preview, which is coming up next week.
Next week. See, that's the thing. I'm sad about this.
Let's just do our picks this week. What are we sad about?
Baseball. It's dying.
Why?
It's been going on for a while too, Jeff.
I know it's been a slow death, but I mean, this might be like hospice time.
It needs to be. Who was the fucking guy? The young dude for the Cubs and the Red Sox.
Schwarber.
No.
GM. Theo Epstein.
Epstein.
He needs to be the commissioner.
I'm okay with that.
As a little bit of a forward thought,
But I don't know if he changed the game. That's the thing.
I think he has some ideas that would actually get implemented because people get behind him because he has a resume. This I kind of did too, actually. Yeah. But this dope Manfred that they got in there now, just like it's a clown show, man. And I don't know how do you get rid of him? The owners have to vote him out, right?
Right. You're not. Yeah. He's there for life.
That's how those things go.
But Locks, when you said when Beef said and the World Series, you're like, who cares? That was everybody. And it was actually a good World Series. It was weird.
Talking about a villain, people don't like the Astros. That's their villain. They don't like him.
Yeah.
Very polarizing.
But Dusty Baker is likable, so it's weird.
I see. I was for Dusty Baker because he's never won it. He's had some great teams. Got booted out of Chicago for no reason. It was.
The Philly story was fun. I mean, the way they got in, came out of nowhere, got hot. That was cool. But boy, I mean, the Astros are good. Did you see Verlander opted out today?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they do, right?
They opt out and then get picked back up, type of thing. How about your girl Kate Upton dropping middle fingers at all the Phillies fans after they won?
That's fantastic. Philly fans deserve it.
She still looks so good.
And she's still hot. And for you next year, your Gardenians are the youngest team in baseball.
Still,
and they're good. And they're good.
We'll see.
Speaking of good, we're going to get to our picks this week. They are good.
Have we picked any? Have we picked what games we're going to do?
Lightning round of picks.
John Chancey says Kate Upton's middle finger is hot.
You know why? It's connected to the rest of her that's hot.
We're gonna pick all 8 of these real fast.
Oh shit!
We do
no explanation.
Hold on. Write this down.
We might stand a chance.
We'll do spreads. We think the records are Beef 18-17, Locks 17-18-1, JJ and Tampa 17-18-1.
Yep.
Well, I never saw the one. What was that?
I think it was a push game.
Well, I know shit. But I don't
what the fuck you want me to do? You're supposed to be keeping up with this shit.
No, I'm out on the keeping up with because it's so fucking bad.
You're like the fantasy football commissioners, like whatever.
Nope.
LSU -3 at Arkansas. What do you got? I'll start. I got LSU -3.
You take LSU -3?
It's only 3.
JJ, what do you got?
I think they're on a roll. LSU.
All righty. Locks says LSU as well. Number 9, Bama at number 11, Ole Miss. Please, God, let Lane win. JJ, go.
I'm gonna take the 12 and Ole Miss. They're scoring.
Locks.
I got Alabama. I'm gonna take Ole Miss and the points too.
Yeah. There's some confidence. Let me get this.
I'm going Alabama. Just to be different. Louisville at number 10, Clemson. Clemson 7-point favorites. Zach.
Clemson. Louisville. Clemson's never lost to Louisville.
I'm going Clemson.
So you're taking Clemson
as well.
And the 7?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
JJ, you're up. I am too.
You're taking Clemson. I know it's Military Day. It's purple. Go with Clemson.
UGA is number 1, 16-point favorites at Stark Vegas. That's me that goes first. I think 16's a lot. Georgia will cover that. Georgia, big.
Yeah. Georgia in their sleep.
Oof.
JJ, it's a big number, but I think.
God, they destroyed Tennessee. Georgia.
Well, number 25, Washington, going out west at number 6, Oregon. Oregon's 13.5-point favorites. I think that's too big. I'm going Washington.
The Bo Show, man. The Bo Show.
Because of Penix.
Fucking Knicks.
He's hot and cold, boy. When he's hot, he's good. I got an Oregon.
Woo.
I think they're on a roll.
I'm with the beef. 13.5 scares me. I'm going to take those Huskies.
Just to keep it close, I don't think they're going to win, but I think it might be a 10-point game.
I just don't think 13.5.
19. Yep, 19 Kansas State at Baylor. Baylor's 2.5-point favorites. They're both 6-3. I'm going Kansas State as the dog here. Road dog.
Whoa.
I went out of order, but it doesn't matter. JJ, go up.
Oh, every time I go with Baylor, they lose or they win. Every time, or lose every time I go against them, they win. Baylor just because it's home.
Baylor it is. Locks, who you got in this one?
Pretty evenly matched game, man. I was just looking at them. I'm going to take
no
Kansas
research
State.
allowed.
I'm going to take Kansas State because, like I said, the quarterback's back. Breathe new life into it.
That's right. At number 4, TCU. At number 18, where game day is, Texas is 7-point favorites here. I'm going TCU all day long.
Yeah,
I don't know
TCU
why.
for me, too. I think Texas either going to shit the bed or they're not going to cover the 7.
As long as Sark is on the sidelines, I will take TCU.
And finally, number 23, FSU, 6.5-point favorites at Syracuse, both 6-3. One going one direction, the other going the other direction. This has sucker bet written all over it, and I am a sucker. Florida State, give me FSU all day long.
What's the line?
6.5.
Man, I just don't think Syracuse is that good.
They were.
Lost 3 straight.
Yeah. Is it 3 or 4?
Yeah.
3?
Pitt,
I think
Clemson,
3.
NC State.
Man, that's tough. I like Florida State's quarterback. I think he's going to be good as shit. At Syracuse. Fuck it. Doesn't mean anything. Give me Florida State. I have no pride.
Right.
That carrier don't play tough to play here, but I'm still going to take Florida State. They're just playing in a good game right now.
To update, we're all going LSU -3 at Arkansas. JJ and Locks are going with Ole Miss. I'm going with Bama. All 3 Clemson, all 3 UGA. 2 Washington, me and JJ going Washington. Locks going Oregon. Me and Locks going K-State. JJ going Baylor. All 3 are going TCU. All 3 going Florida State. So when you guys win money, just, I'll give you my Venmo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what else you guys got before we close this mess out? Another successful show. Glad to be back. Hopefully be back. We won't be back next week, but hopefully in 2 weeks we'll be back and
2 weeks will be 2 weeks will
2
be
weeks.
Thanksgiving.
2 weeks for
Thanksgiving.
primetime
It'll probably be
college.
3 weeks. It'll be 3 weeks.
It'll be
3 weeks,
December
right
the next time we're back.
Right in time for the championship.
We're not going to have like a Thanksgiving special.
It'll be December 1st.
Where we look more bloated.
I'm not traveling for the first time in my life for Thanksgiving. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Stay at home?
Yep.
Stay warm.
Yep.
Cooking a turkey?
Well, I don't know. No, I think the neighbor's going to cook a turkey, a turducken.
I'm going north. I got to go to the Thrill.
I got sucked into doing fucking charity work.
On that note, we're going to end this. Thanks so much for listening.
Two words that go together. Fucking and charity.
We appreciate all the comments.
We'll be delivering meals on wheels all goddamn day.
All of the interaction is tremendous. On behalf of JJ in Tampa and Zach Fox Parker in Pooler, Georgia, I'm Case of the Beef Cregan. Say goodnight, boys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm trying to get to heaven. Happy Thanksgiving.